What is going on, everybody? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. We're doing some more Comic Collector Origins here. It is episode 70 of Comic Collector Origins. And yeah, if you're not familiar with the show already, this show is all about the community. It's where I bring on guests from the community and I ask them about their origin story, how they got involved in this hobby, where they got started. And it's been a lot of fun. I always talk about this in the beginning, but it's so true. Everyone I've been meeting throughout this past almost 2 years, I feel like I've been doing this, really been a treat. So hopefully for those watching, whether you're in the live chat right now or catching the replay, definitely be sure to, follow along with the guests that I have each week and, trying to introduce some awesome people to maybe other people who might not have met them. So yeah, let's see. We've got a couple people here now. Talk about my guests here. I'm very excited as this is episode 70 to have a good friend of mine who I've gotten to meet this past year. We hung out in Baltimore for a bit, had some nice seafood dinner, got to know him a bit more, hung out with him on a couple streams on his side of things. And he's just been a really good dude, somebody to talk to about comics. He's joined me on this channel actually before, so this is actually not his first time streaming with me. But of course, I'm talking about my good friend Patrick, aka BLC. Big Lion Cat in the house. What up, brother?
What is up? What is up? Thank you for having me on, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank everybody, man. Hope everybody comes down, man. Come on down. Let's have some fun.
Hell yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Like I was saying, man, how was that Baltimore dinner that we had when we were hanging out down at Baltimore Con, man?
That was awesome, man. Because there was a big group of us. We had 2 tables full of people.
Yeah,
and joking around, laughing, like it was outdoors too. So it's like you could hear the conversation and the jokes were like flying from one table back to the other table. And and it's great to meet so many more YouTubers, and again, it's not about the comics, man. It's about the people, and after the con, man, getting together and laughing it up and joking, and it was a great time, man. And that was I believe my second time at Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That was your second. That's cool. That is very cool. It's a great con. It is a great con, and it obviously helps. The more that we get involved with the community and more people I've met, it makes the experience all the better. So I'm totally with you there. So folks in the chat right now, if you're not following Patrick, make sure you do so. I put his information in the description below. Big Lion Cat 646. We'll get into the name in a little bit because I definitely have some questions with that. I know the infamous, the famous call of meow meow whenever you step into the chat. I feel like everybody knows it now at this point, which I love. So, so everybody here, again, make sure you're subbed up, smash that like button too. Appreciate that. Let's say a quick hello to the chat and then we'll get into some of the fun questions here. So of course, we got my man John from John's Comics with Kids. He says BLC in the house. He knows what's up. Going to be streaming with John later today. I mentioned earlier he'll be on this channel 4 o'clock. I got back-to-back shows practically, but good to see you, John. Thanks for stopping by. We got my man Sove Collector, aka Michael, also hanging out with us. Good to see you. Sove was just talking to him about some Ghost Rider. He's a big Ghost Rider fan, and that new Ghost Rider issue was very good. So thanks for stopping by, Michael. We also have Ryan with us here today. Magic Lasso. He says, meow, Big Lion Cat. That's right. And then we also have Damien in the house. Sleepy Reader 666 just had Damien on the show not too long ago. A really great episode as well. So Damien, thanks for hanging out. He says, I am curious about the name. Yeah. Yeah, man. And we got another John in the chat right now. Mr. John Stout. How you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for stopping by. He said, coming after my heart with comments like that. Yeah, man, I got you, brother. I got you. So again, thank you all for hanging right now. We'll definitely be popping back to the chat. So Patrick, man, I want to just kind of kick this off right away with asking you your origin. Where did the love and passion for comics and the characters and the stories, where did this start with you? How old were you? What was your environment like? Did you have family or brothers and sisters or anybody else that helped encourage you to this, or was this on your own? Tell me a little bit.
Well, I listened to a lot of stories and origins from a lot of people. A lot of people started around the 90s and stuff like that, but I'm older than that. So for me, it started way back. We're talking about, 70s, and like late 70s and stuff like that. And back then, again, the internet, there was no internet, there was no computer, just television, TV shows. And back then, comic books were everywhere. Everywhere you went. In New York, they sell newspapers down in train stations. They sell candy. They had comic books there. They were in the drugstores. They were in spinner racks. They were all over the place. And I really didn't know anything about LCSs back then. It was like they were just everywhere, and you just bought them everywhere. No backing boards, none of that. They were just flapping there,
Yep.
And there was a little group of friends of mine that that we used to go and collect comics. And again, I was watching TV back then, Super Friends, Amazing Spider-Man. I even have the VHS tapes, back then when it started. So I was hooked.
Yeah,
I was hooked. I hate to say this, but I was one of those kids that cut the things in the back of the book, send them in. Got the
that's what they're there for.
Yeah. I got what was the macaroni type things that you hung on the wall. I cut a lot of books, and I'm like, I kicked myself in the butt for not keeping them there. So that really hurts when you find out, because back then you didn't know that they wouldn't be worth anything. They were just something you collect, you read, you had.
It's entertainment. Yeah.
And then, to you at that point, everything that was older was expensive. And, so I got into reading comics at that point. When I was younger, I read everything I had at that point because I had the time. I don't have that time now at all.
Right.
Even, but what I'm buying now means when I finally retire and I get time to read, that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's my plan for that. So I have something to do. This is my hobby.
Yep.
And the 90s came around, then Image came out, and all these characters. I'm like, oh my God. And the price went up, because when I first started, cover price for me was 25 cents. Guys, imagine going to, anywhere and buying 4 comic books for $1.
Yeah, that's amazing. That sounds like that's incredible. Yeah.
I'm talking about major titles. You've seen the 25-cent cover books, Amazing Spider-Man. Also, imagine having this collection. If I would have known,
right,
that would have been ridiculous.
Yep.
So again, I didn't have knowledge of, where to go get older books and stuff like that. And one day I came across where I don't know how I heard, but one of my friends told me, he says, hey, there's somebody in New York City, in Manhattan, they having like a little con in the basement of a church. So I said, all right. So I found out where it was. I had to take 2 trains. I got there, it was around Columbus Circle. Found the train, went downstairs, paid, and sure enough, there was just, tables of comics everywhere, and people digging into the boxes and stuff, long boxes and everything. And what I saw back then for $1, you're not gonna get $1 no more.
Right.
I'm talking about massive Nova #1s, Luke Cage #1s. I mean, this stuff was tons. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
So found out later on that same person that was running that actually grew, and he became Big Apple.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
That's the Big Apple Con. That's in New York.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the same person.
Wow.
And then he moved from there, and he went to the Pennsylvania Hotel.
Okay.
And then I followed him from there, and I started going there. It's the only con I knew. It was the only place I was going to.
Yeah.
The only other way of finding out LCS is either word of mouth, or you came across it, or the Yellow Pages. Again, there was no cell phones or anything like that.
Right.
I used to ride my bike. And one day we found they opened up a flea market about, it's a good distance to walk. So me and my friends, we used to walk to the flea market, and they only had one booth that was actually comics, and we used to buy stuff in there. And now here's the funny kicker, because if you're gonna ask me who was my favorite hero, I'm gonna tell you right now how I started was Captain America, #1 all the way. So I was collecting Captain America. My friends looked at me like I'm an idiot. Said, why are you collecting that crap? I go, why? I like Captain America. What the hell are you talking about? It says they're digging into the X-Men boxes. I'm like, X-Men? What the hell is X-Men? I guess they knew something I didn't.
Right.
Not even in the X-Men book. So I was like, okay. So back then, it's easier to collect. Back then, it was either price change or British variant. Again, it's not like these days now that like tons of variants and stuff. It was easy to hunt. You find the numbers or whatever it's easy to complete sets, and that's how I used to do it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna read a story or read a character, I would like to read like one issue after the other. And again, times change. You don't get those heroes no more reaching 500, 600 numbers no more. No,
Right.
100 and something, and they start the name all over again.
Yep.
So that's how I started, watching TV. How big, I used to get up Saturday morning, early morning. You couldn't get me up to go to school on time, but Saturday morning came around and I was up early watching Super Friends, G.I. Joe, whatever the case may be. It was like nonstop.
Yeah.
And so basically I just, from there, after the 90s, I started getting back into it again. Came across somebody on CGC's website, and in his profile I read, it says he has a YouTube channel. It says, come on over, take a look, blah, blah, blah. I says, all right. So I took a look, I like what I saw, and I started my own channel, and it's like I've been rebirthed once again.
Damn.
And now it's even totally different the way I grew up, because now I'm finding tons of people, thousands and thousands of people reading comic books, hanging out, statues, and now the information's flowing, where this is and where that is. And I didn't know about pressing. Erod walked me through it. So it opened up my eyes. And again, the community, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
If you want to know how that Meow Meow started.
Yeah.
Big Apple Con. I'm at Big Apple Con. I'm walking around. And all of a sudden, I hear somebody screaming, meow, meow. Manny NYC screaming out, meow, meow, for the first time. So, and then after that, it just, that was just like
it
a
just
nickname.
stuck.
I got stuck with it, nickname meow, meow. But
so it was Manny. It was all Manny.
Meow, meow started with Manny. The name started with me because I'm a big guy. I'm a cat lover. I always had a cat since I was a kid. And 6'6" is actually the area code in New York.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Right.
212. We have a 718. We also have a 646.
Cool.
So it kind of came out nice because it came out the BLC short. So even it came out nicer. So as you can see, I'm a big Myth fan also, and I take a lot of abuse for that too. So
brutal.
It is. When you're in New York, it is brutal.
Well, I love it, man. Yeah, I've always, I think I'm trying to think back when I first kind of like discovered your channel, discovered your page, and it probably was just within the chats of like, you and I being in chats with other people's. I started to see your channel, NY Warriors, so on and so forth. And I would always see, meow meow, not even coming from you, but just a bunch of people in the chat as their way of like greeting you. So I thought that was so cool, of like a kind of a calling or kind of a, intro anytime you come, stepping in somewhere. So I thought that was dope.
When I started, I didn't start by myself. I had a little partner with me, and he used to hang out with me on the table. So I used to have him on the table with me. If you look at my old videos, he used to sit on the side here.
I love it.
Boy, and this is Lenny the Leopard. He had a name.
Lenny.
And, so he used to roar, but I can't roar no more. But when I used to do an auction, if somebody wins, I would make him roar, and the winner would hit a roar. So as you can see, he's got his cleats on, got his Puerto Rican thing on, got his hat, his sunglasses chilling.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's dope. Very cool. Very cool.
I'm a cat person. I got nothing against dogs. I just don't want a dog.
That's fair.
Dogs are all right, but I'm more of a cat guy.
So, I've had, my dogs here barking a lot in the background of my streams and stuff. And so I think a lot of people think of me as strictly a dog guy, but I actually was always a cat person prior to dating my girlfriend, because I've always had cats. I actually had a cat when her and I started dating. And that was one thing where she's like, hey, just so you know, like, moving in and stuff, like I'm allergic. And so I actually had to luckily my parents were willing to take care of my cat for me. So, and, my cat's still good, now to this day. So appreciate, shout out to my parents for doing that. But, so yeah, that kind of made me switch over. Now, obviously I got 2 dogs now, because my girlfriend, she's had them for a while. So I kind of, switched around, but I'm a big fan all around.
Cat, so. Man, love you people, man.
Yeah. A lot of people giving a lot of love here. I saw Ruben too, Cowabunga, my friend, and we got Hyper Combo just joining as well. Good to see you, Hype. Yeah, I saw Steve in the house earlier. Thank you, Steve, for stopping by. I also saw Mercy Collectibles.
At one point, we had 6.
Yeah, Mark Robinson. Yep. Uncanny Swag. Yeah, appreciate all you, everybody stopping in right now. We got 9 people with us. Let's see. So says I've got 3 dogs and 2 kitties. At one point, we had 6 kitties. Wow,
a lot of work.
He's all around, man. Yeah, definitely a lot of work for sure. So yeah, very cool. It's cool to hear, like, you talk about, where you started out as a kid, like many, starting out as a kid, kind of growing up with some of the other things that were going on, like the shows and cartoons and things like that.
Yeah, there was
And
no
then,
back and boards back then. There was
and then-
no
right. Yeah, yeah.
we had,
Yeah, you
we used to get milk crates. I don't know if you guys remember when the milks had
like those. Yeah.
we used to use those.
Those were your short boxes. Those
were short boxes.
Yeah.
You put like a piece of cardboard or something, to keep them from moving around and stuff like that. But
It's wild.
yeah, it was tough trying to keep a book in great shape back then. It was really, really hard because back then you read them, you actually read them. You're like, you really, bending the hell out of them. You look at them again, you didn't know that they were going to be worth anything. You just enjoyed reading it.
Right.
And stuff like that. And then some kids, fold them up, put them in their back pocket.
That's where you get that crease, right? That's where you can get that crease. Yeah, that's it's wild to think back to that, like and like you said, like at a quarter, getting some of these books, 4 for $1 type thing, like that would be amazing to be able to, do that nowadays with brand new books would be wild. Nowhere close though. I'm
talking about the type of books that
right.
were in the $1 boxes, $2 boxes, $5 boxes. They're not in the boxes no more. Those issues are long gone. Those books now are up actually on the wall now, which is ridiculous. And they were everywhere. You could have just every box had them. You know. So
So when you said you took a little bit of a break, you kind of got out for a little, but then you got right back into it. And then you brought up like YouTube and stuff. When was it for you that you started to even before you made a channel, like when did you start to even start watching other people's channels and things like that? Like what kind of brought that on? And also your Instagram channel, like when did you start that?
Okay. Like I said, I didn't know I was already watching YouTube, but I didn't know it was a comics channel on there. So I was already a member, but didn't know. But again, I went to CGC and you have profiles and people, and he wrote it down, Ray Jr. actually. And he said, I got a YouTube channel. And they said it. So when I watched his show, I'm like, wow, okay, that sounds kind of cool. And then you see, you see the other channels on the side, and then you start to poke around, and then you start to see more and more and more. And you're like, hey, this is great. So I started watching. Then you seen, all right, not only people showing books, there's auctions. I'm like, oh man, let's see what's going on out here.
Yeah.
And I bumped into a whole bunch of, I believe, Lord of the Long Box auction was the very first one I bought a book from.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it was TiVo, and then after that I started looking more channels. Then I came across the New York Warriors, and I'm like, New York. I'm like, that's me. I'm like, I started watching them, and watching them guys cracking me the hell up, laughing, joking, because it's a New York thing, and
sure.
And I and after that, just more and more people. So I said, you know what? I said, let me start doing this. I had no idea what my channel was going to be or whatever. So the first thing I didn't think any.
Nope. Think we lost you. Or maybe I'm frozen. Hey, we got Desired Comics in the house. Guys, let me know if I'm frozen. Oh, okay. There you are.
Nah, it's probably me because all the kids with the Wi-Fi, they all got tablets.
Got you.
Yeah, it's that data is like way over.
You're good.
Yeah, it's me just going back and forth.
All good.
Yeah, so I said, all right. So I didn't know what to do. So what I did was, in honor of Ray Jr. doing my first show, he's a big Thor fan. That's how I found him. So I said, all right, I'm gonna show my second volume 2 Thor collection, and that's what I did. I said, and I just showed some books, and that's what I just started doing. I called it BLC 646 stuff. And
nice.
I don't know. So I just started showing like a collection of of titles. I did a Joker title. I did like I said, the Thor title. And I just started showing some books, some Aquaman and stuff like that. But before I even got on here, I was already sending my books to CGC. So I would just send them here from my house and send them in. I already have like 100, 200. And then I realized, I said, I got a lot of books slabs here now, and I started watching auctions and stuff.
Yeah.
So I started doing my own auction, and I was selling slabs. No lie, I was selling slabs for like $5.
Wow.
Back then, yeah, like only $5, $10. Nobody hardly watched this and everything.
Right.
So after a while, you learn, this and everything. Then I started getting an invite. I got invited for the first time on New York Warriors channel, Biggie hit me up, said, "Listen, we're doing an auction. Would you like to come on?" I said, "Yeah, hell yeah, shit. I'll go on." And that was my first invite, hanging out with them, and ever since then, man, been joking out with the guys, and we still do. We hung out like on a regular basis and everything. And again, it just grew from there. The community has been so helpful, because I didn't know how to do some stuff, and I would call out. Who that called me on the phone one day, give me a number, I help you out, and bumped into JB Discovery Bay, and me and him were talking for back and forth, and then we would try to link up like doing this, and we didn't know how to do it until finally the day it happened. We felt like we hit the lottery. We started watching like this. We did it. We did it. All right, we're live.
We're
live. Like fighting, and it's been a trip. It has been a trip. Meeting everybody, and it's still a lot more. There's still a lot more out there to meet and to do. And I decided just keep doing what I'm doing and enjoy myself. And again, it's not about the books, man. It's the hunt and the people and the
experience. And I feel like that's something I always like about, when you're streaming, whether you're with a group of people or even just the auctions that you were doing, like it was so chill, just hang out and, sure, you're selling some books, but you're also just talking. You guys are just talking, hang out, have laughs, poke fun at each other and stuff. So it's just part of that experience that you get from this community, which is really cool. And it's funny to hear your story of like you said, you guys are finally live, like you did it for the first time. Like I'd love to go back and watch that.
Like, we did it. You're live. We're looking like doing what we're doing now. We're like, oh, how did we do? We're like, don't forget. And it's so exciting. But the way I went on proceeding how to do my auction was, okay, everybody knows, everybody wants to see the hot books, everybody wants to see the spec book, everybody wants to, I just put whatever books I have that when you see me selling is usually what I collected that I like. Not everybody loves the big. I love them too, but sometimes you have to throw some other books out there that it'll find the right owner that'll appreciate those books. If you don't put it out there, they're not gonna find it. Yeah, you can keep putting the hot books out there, but what about the other ones? When we go hunting, we do hit the dollar boxes. We do hit. I mean, you're there to find some gold, but sometimes you just pick up those dollar boxes. The dollar books in the box. So I put out there, and if it doesn't sell, it eventually will sell because somebody will come say, hey, they want it, or they want to give it a gift, or whatever the case may be. And I love and appreciate the people that come down to my auction, even to hang out. And if they don't buy anything, that's fine. But I hear always people don't have money. People live not near an LCS. It's hard times now. So that's why what I sell is not expensive. It's doable. If you can't pay the whole thing, it's not a problem. You hit me up. And on top of that, I'm always giving stuff away.
You're always giving stuff away. I feel like you're always giving stuff away.
Always giving stuff away. It doesn't matter how small. I mean, again, it's not a big, humongous giveaway, but you add it all up, it takes toll. But I really don't care. I mean, I do my auctions, and it's not about making money. I get whatever I get out of it, and I reinvest that whatever I get, and buy other books. I started selling anything I get my hands on, little magnets, little light fixtures. I started giving Hot Wheel cars with the slabs now.
There's your meow meow.
It's I'm telling you, that's okay. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's and people appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to rip anybody off. If anybody's got something to say, just tell me. Your prices have always been fair. Like you said, you were selling slab books for $5 at one point. So it's I sold these light up canvases, which were big. Yeah. And I forgot who bought it. The person bought 2 of them, and I charged them, I don't know, for each one. And when I packed it up and took it to the post office, it was way less than what I charged. So I sent the guy back the difference, and he was shocked. He couldn't believe it that I sent him shipping money. I was like, yeah. So what am I going to do with it? I mean, I didn't know how much it was cost, being honest. Right. So when I took it to the post office, hey, it was a lot less. So why not give back the money to the? He was so appreciated. Now
you have a connection for life, kind of. Like somebody that appreciates that.
Karma, it comes around.
Yeah.
Like at King Kong.
True.
I get in the elevator, getting ready to go downstairs. Somebody left the short boxes of slabs in the elevator.
Oh wow.
On the short boxes of slabs, and I'm like, what the hell? So when I got downstairs, I just took it into the room. The guy running the place said, "Listen, I found this in the elevator. If the owner comes, let him pick it up." I'm not that type of person.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's awesome.
That would have been me.
Yeah,
I would have been heartbroken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's nice of you. Like you said, the comic karma is for sure a thing. I can attest to that. By the way, I gotta pause here for a second because I just got a massive super chat, probably the biggest super chat I've ever had here. So my man Damien, dude, Sleepy Reader 666, you are too kind, man. My goodness, a $30 super chat says Lego money for our community's great interviewer. Another great one today, Damien, dude. Thank you so much, man. That means so much to me. I really, really, and yes, I will put that towards Lego, my friend. I will put that towards Lego. Thank you so much, man. Did not have to do that. I appreciate your support and you just being here. And I really appreciate that. I gotta play a couple videos here for this, man. Again, just appreciate you, bro. So let's see. We'll start with some Morbius here. Here you go.
They want to just join that crowd and be part of that and say, yeah, you Peach Momoko, yeah, Peach Momoko.
Never gets old, man. Never gets old. Here's another video. I'll throw this one as well.
And besides, I had no idea. How am I supposed to know that there's a 1 in 25 incentive variant that's out, and then on top of that, a 1 in 50 incentive variant that came out today? I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just cover A and cover B, just like any other day.
That was me trying to explain to my wallet why I'm spending so much money.
Oh my God.
So good, man. Damien, bro, thank you again. I really, really appreciate this. Thanks so much, man. Just goes back to, man, it's just like what you're talking about, Patrick, this comic karma and just like the community and people helping people and supporting one another, man. It's you're spot on. And
I cannot tell you how much helpfulness I get from the community about where to get a book, how to get a book, what to pay for, pressing information.
Yeah,
it's the best, man. It helps you, especially me. I'm older. I was out of the game for a while, and then I come back, and I still feel like I'm still way out of the game. But I'm learning, and I'm enjoying myself, and that's key.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Nah, Desire, man, Nigel, man, cut it out, man, because I already teased him about a damn sweat hook before, man.
What's that? Desire. He's having a laugh, man. He's having a laugh. Funhouse Comics in the house as well. Thanks for stopping by, Funhouse. Yeah, a lot of laughter going on here.
Here it comes.
Boom.
That's what I'm talking about.
Got you, brother. Yeah. He said the old me would have taken the short box, Mark said, but he said me now would have looked through the short box. He goes, nah, I'm joshing.
Let me tell you, Mark, I took a quick look of what I saw in the top, the first couple of them, and let me tell you, there was some doozy X-Men's in there.
Oh,
yeah. But
man,
I didn't hesitate for 1 minute. I did not hesitate. I was like, first of all, it shocked me to even see it in the elevator when the door opened. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, Took
it straight over there. And the owner did finally come and picked it. I don't know who it was, but
I'm sure they were appreciative.
Yes.
Yeah, big time. I wanted to ask you, I know we talked a little beforehand, like if you want to ask you if you had a book or two, something you want to show off here, not your entire collection, but whatever you have to show off.
The collection means that would have been this whole entire room.
I see your.
Yeah, that would have just looked like.
We would have had to do the pops. We would have had to do the statues, the comics.
You guys would have had some food, some snacks and stuff.
Yeah. I would have had to cater. I would have had to start a catering the company.
If you guys could put this on a big widescreen TV, I think that would have been better.
Oh, there you go.
I did pull out one of my favorite books. It's not my original book. It is the original title of the book. This is my second upgrade of the book. But like I said, my first love was Captain America.
Yeah.
And I did finish that Captain America 100 to 400 something run.
Oh, wow.
Back in the days. That was done complete back in the days. That was done.
Wow.
So I started grading my Captain Americas. The funny thing is I was going to do that first. I was like, my first lot, I said, I'm gonna slap, and I didn't. I started slapping some other stuff.
Yeah.
So the first Captain America I sent came back a 3.5. All right. It did have some touch up on there, but that Captain America 100 that I originally bought over 30, 40 years ago, I only paid $1 for it. It was in a $1 box because it was that beat up. So again, see what you find in $1, you ain't gonna find that in $1. So I was on a New York Warriors auction. Manny NYC had the same book up at 5.5. So I said, let me hopefully win this and then sell mine. So I did. I won the 5.5. So I put up my 3.5 up graded. So it sold. I used the money, even though I already paid for the 5.5. But again, I got money back. So I didn't pay the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
So I had a 5.5. So I get hit up by Jay Salsa. Says, hey, listen, I got these books. Do you want to take a look? I say, oh, what do you got? He says, I got a Captain America 100, higher grade. So I say, ooh, so we made a deal, and not only that, there was some other Captain Americas involved.
Got to upgrade little by little.
So he said, all right, throw in that Captain America 5.5 and some money and whatever. And so I got the Captain America 100, 7.5.
Oh, wow. On a 7.5, that's a beauty right there.
7.5, beautiful looking book. Very
nice.
I love, you can get a 7.5, a 12-center back in 1968, man. They look so beautiful.
Yeah.
So this,
wow.
I went from $1 Captain America 3.5 up to now a 7.5. I believe it's off-white to white pages.
Yep.
All right.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful book. I love it.
What year was that from? What year was that initially?
It was 68.
68. Wow.
So I'm actually older than the book.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
That's all. That's amazing, man.
Yeah. So here's the funny kicker about the story about that 5.5. I was watching a show and I found out that Jay Salsa, remember the 5.5 first started with Manny, went to me, went to Salsa. Salsa made a deal with Erod. So Erod ended up with the 5.5 Captain America, and I saw one of his show. So now it went from one New York Warrior all the way around, back to a New York Warrior. So we started. That was a funny joke. So
nice.
a big fan of Cap. Again, how you not like his origin? A kid that wanted to do the right thing, didn't have the body, but he had the soul, the everything, and then when he had the opportunity, stepped up.
Yeah,
a kid from New York, Brooklyn. I mean. You can't go wrong with that. That's just a great story. And and I finished this run.
I'm with you.
And
that's amazing.
I started doing some other runs. I'm back into trying to complete. I'm not going to complete everything, but I'm going to try to give it a good shot.
Yeah.
So I am on a roll.
That's cool, man. And I didn't realize how big of a Captain America fan you were. So that I'm gonna have to pick your brain later because there definitely are some other I'm curious of other books to read. Like I know I can go back. I have gone back and started to read. I've read 100 to 103. I remember last year I was kind of starting to dabble into some of the original stuff. And do you read any of the new stuff? Any of the current Captain America?
That's my problem right now. Right now I don't have time to even put this away. I got so many books, and because my life has changed. It's supposed to be easier, but it's not because also, I got 11 more years of retirement. You can't wait to the last minute for that. You have to start that way early. And then with my kids having more grandkids and then time with that, everybody's like, when I'm here, I'm like, can you pick this kid up, take it to the doctors, pick it from school. This one has a doctor appointment. I left something. My life has been no time whatsoever. But again, it's all right with me because it's not going anywhere. It's going to be here. And when I'm ready and these kids are moved out and they're on their own, whatever, I will be picking my books, sitting. I got my recliner right over there.
Nice.
I'll put my feet up. I got my little refrigerator. I'm going to sit there and I start reading the book.
I love that, man.
I got the time, when I retired. And that's, and I got stuff in there that I forgot what I even have.
Yeah.
I keep finding some action figures. I took a box out. I'm like, oh, I didn't know these Thundercats were in there. Oh. Okay,
it's a nice little surprise. Yeah,
it's never ending. It's never ending. But
that's cool.
I keep this Captain America in this right here. I just want to show you. I picked this up at Connecticut Swap with 3 Men in the Basement. It's made of wood.
Look at that.
Little things here that you can hang up, or
nice
stand. and they come in colors. They come in red, brown, and this fits perfect with the Captain America.
Oh man, I want one.
And the people that sell these also sell the slabs with the wood.
Yeah.
They
Oh
had
wow.
some specials. Yeah, you can buy the slab with the wood, that whatever they were selling. And I got 2 of these. I got a red one. I got a blue one.
That's
So,
really
yeah,
cool.
I have to shout out 3 Men in the Basement.
Yeah.
Uh,
Love those guys.
I've watched them all the time, and I went to one Connecticut swap, the only one time that I was actually off.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they always pick the weekends when I'm working. Like they know my schedule, which is hilarious. But I did make a swap, and I try to go on as many as I can, but I'm trying to go everywhere.
Yeah, but I know we were just talking backstage. Like you definitely, it sounds like you got some plans this year alone. And others. Yeah,
Last
a lot of
year,
cons.
I to MegaCon, New Hampshire was my first Little Giants. Then I went to Maine to visit Scott Farr, longtime YouTuber. He's been chatting with me for the longest time since I've been on. He was him and Comic Spectre were my first AOKs they ever sent me. Yeah, and that just blew me away. My first AOK, I'm like, wow. And since then, I just did a video. He just gave me like another AOK, my third one. So I told him, one day I was gonna go and meet him, and I was like, well, thinking when it's gonna happen, and I just decided, you know what, hell with it, I'm gonna do it, and I did. I drove all the way up there, spend the whole day with him. That's cool. Watching 3 Men in the Basement, he's also been in Maine. He says, yeah, you have to come up to Casablanca Comics, I believe. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we did. I met Scott Farr. We hung out. We went to 2 LCS. They had 2 shops. Nice. And I bought some stuff there. We had dinner and everything. And, it's a great guy. He showed me around and everything. And that's what I'm talking about. We're friends, man. We are friends. He knows he'll look for stuff for me, and I look for stuff for him. Yeah. And, and we just have a great time.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, and going back to this whole community thing, man, to be able to hang out like that, hit up a couple shops, go to dinner, kind of what we did in Baltimore, just kind of, hanging out with groups of people and having good laughs. So that is very cool. I wanted to ask you too, like a little bit about like the con stuff. Do you recall your first Comic-Con you've ever been to before? And if you have, do you know which one that was?
It has to be Big Apple. Yeah. It's the only one that I know. Again, it's not the biggest. Because I determine like major leagues, like baseball. You got the major leagues, the big ones, and then you got AAA and AA, whatever. So this is lower key, but it was still fun. Yeah. It's still fun because they do bring people. I've seen, my wife has a picture, a signature from Lou Ferrigno, the real original Hulk. Yeah. I seen the Brady Boys. I seen guys from TV shows from Battlestar Galactica. I see some wrestlers. Nice. I seen the girl that played in Twilight, because my daughter was a big Twilight fan. Yeah. Then there was one the kid from Harry Potter, But the biggest one when I met 2 of my favorite TV personalities at television, which was Adam West and Burt Ward. Nice. That blew me away. Yeah. I was dying to ever get the autograph to actually meet them, and I finally did. Rest in peace, Adam West. Yeah, but yeah, I got the picture signatures right over there. Yeah, wow,
that is awesome, man. That's a treat. And this was everything that you're naming here. You're talking about Big Apple Con, like a lot of these stars and stuff. They were all at this con. I didn't realize they got a lot of the actors and stuff like that.
My first signature, Jim Lee, at Big Apple.
Wow,
2 items, and it was free. He didn't. Wow. Back then, they didn't charge you anything. Right. Everything was just signatures. Here you go. Yeah. And now it's an arm and a leg. But
right. Damn, that's wild. I think a lot of that's because of CGC now too, though. Like people trying to get things witnessed.
I kick myself in the butt for not getting signatures from the guys that I grew up with.
Sure.
John Brown. All these guys they're not here no more, and I like, damn, I could have got the order. I got a Stanley autograph, even though I never met him. I won it off CLGs, I think it was. And it's at CBCS. They see if it gets the yellow label. And it's been there for months.
Oh, it's there right now.
It's months, man. Like last year, we're talking about. Yeah. And I'm waiting, hopefully, because I'm hearing that if it's not authentic, they're not gonna put a yellow label, and I'm crossing my fingers. Because
Yeah,
not only is Stan Lee's autograph on it, I believe it's Sanat's also. There's 2 autographs on that one book.
Wow.
So that's gonna be my treasure book that I never had a Stan Lee autograph. But again, I
Yeah.
never went and get autograph books, you know, and so I started late. So I started doing it now. It says eventually the artists that are here now, again, you know, they're gonna be the old ones that are online.
Yeah,
So
true.
I started getting signed books. I got some Chris Claremont, I got Clayton Crane, I got some John Gage, I got Arthur Soyden, Michael Soyden, is, you know,
Yeah.
so I'm sending autographs like that. So
It's a good idea.
A little something, not overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I am have a goal for, if you guys don't know, deceased. I'm gonna tell you. First of all, I'm trying to get every book on the collection. I'm 1 book short.
Oh wow. Oh, like all covers and everything.
All covers and everything. 1 book short, and I'm still waiting for the person that says they have it. They haven't dug for it. They say they have it, so I'm crossing my fingers. He hasn't said no yet. He hasn't looked.
Oh man.
But I am also trying to get every book in that series signed, and hopefully a 9.8.
Wow.
Yeah, because the artists in that run are awesome. Inhook,
So-
Janet Mayer, Brown.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I've never read it. I've never read it. It's been on my list. That's Tom Taylor, right? That you're talking about, deceased Tom Taylor.
I believe so. Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he the on the writing.
Yeah,
So,
he-
yeah, that's. I've
one
heard
thing
nothing
about
but.
the artists in that run. Look at the list, man. That's
Yeah.
like grade 8. Capullo's on there.
Yeah.
Everybody's on there, man.
That's amazing.
It
Yeah.
is crazy.
So you're trying to get them all. That's amazing. I really like that goal. That's a cool. Which I think I feel like I heard you mention that once before. Maybe when you were on the channel before. It's really cool though. It's a great goal.
Yeah.
Hope that you can get that. I need to read it. That's for sure. I definitely want to get the
Tom,
trade or
I
something.
heard that DC 3 is coming.
I heard about that. Yes, you're right. I saw. I think it was Tom Taylor that posted about it. He said like more news coming or something. But that's exciting too, man. Very cool. So I want to, you mentioned goals here. I want to ask you, hey, we got Jose in the chat. What's going on, Spidey?
Hey, my man, Spidey Pot Tumblers, guys, man. If you haven't checked
this man right here.
That's right. He's trying to get up to 350 subs, man. There is a contest, man. And not only that, he has a mystery tumbler. All right. In the mystery tumbler, there is a Benjamin. That is right. If you pick the right tumbler, there is a Benjamin. You will come a winner of $100. A tumbler's $40, but still, you come out still ahead.
It's a great deal. No, that's awesome. Jose, appreciate you, man, for stopping by. I also saw Circumstances hanging out in the chat as well. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Mercy says Deceased was great. I definitely. It's on my list, man. It's on my list. Maybe I bump it up even, higher on my read list because I do want to read it soon. Mark said, I grew up in New York City, and when I collected, I never went to the con back then, and I regret it now. But now cons seem so crowded. I'm not sure if I like it. Am I wrong? Like it certainly can be hit or miss. I think right now, because of the the kind of pandemic that we're getting out of, I would say they're not as crowded. And on top of that, I think to certain levels they are trying to make sure that it's not too packed compared to what it was compared to before the pandemic. It is starting.
New York Comic Con, that's like major leagues. That's like major crowded. All right, there's other cons again, AAA, lower.
I like how you put crowded. That. AAA, yeah.
Exactly. They're less crowded. You get the same amount of great books. They're still great deals. So definitely, if you're looking at cons, definitely, because I always say this, people, and people never learn. Sometimes the books don't come to you. You got to go to the books. All right, go to the cons, go to the LCSs, because they're just sitting there. Unless you don't go into them and get it, they're not going to be everything's not going to be on the website. They're not going to post everything. You must go out, and it's fun to hunt and check out. And again, meet the people, meet the community, and you get deals. Talk to people, and get to know them. When's the next show? Get into that place where information is flying and start going to these little cons and stuff. And you're gonna see, man, you're gonna see some great deals from here and there. I've learned that's for sure.
It's great advice. And yeah, there are definitely a lot of much smaller expos, as you'd mentioned, Patrick, around here. I mean, we're in a good area between Jersey, New York, Connecticut. We were just talking backstage about a couple, coming up that I would say are definitely not the major leagues, but that are, easy to get to, not too crazy. You get to see a lot of the community at the same time. Some of them are only one day. Some of them are short.
That ass? He said he's in New York, right?
That was Mark. Yeah, Mark Robinson. I think he said he's in New York. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, King Kong's coming around the corner. next
Yeah,
month.
next month.
That's
3 weeks.
the con by the
Yeah.
community for the community, guys. It's a
Yeah.
1-day event. Come down. You're gonna see a lot of YouTubers. It's big. You know, they have a bigger event, and it's gonna be tons of books, and it's gonna be a great time. So there you go. You have to, and it doesn't cost that much, and it's not that far. It's right there, right on the other side of Jersey. Definitely, if you want to come to the con, check that out. 1-day event, man.
It's doable.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the 19th. So March 19th, in case anyone is wants to look more into it, and it is King Con. So kind of like King Kong, but with no G at the end of Kong.
Yeah. And it's the
but they spell it with K's. Right.
The second.
Right. So so good stuff there. Let's see. Anthony's in the chat. What's going on, brother? Comics are great. Anthony. Thanks for swinging by. Yes, sir. We got Marvin Wynn also hanging out station. Marvin Wynn, got to meet Marvin at Terrificon last year. That was cool. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Mercy said we get 2 cons a year. Yeah, he's out in Sweden, so they don't get as many. But I keep telling Mercy he's got to come to New York. He's got to come to the States sometime. We'll get him over to the States.
He's doing the right thing. He's got 2 cons a year. If he goes to the 2 cons, he's doing the right thing. He's going to where the books are. You know, so shout out to Mercy, man.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to ask you, Patrick, about, we're talking about goals here. What's the general goal for you right now with the books that you have, with the collection that you own right now? What do you see in the future in terms of what you may potentially do with these books, the Captain Americas and the Thundercats and everything that you've shown, on your channel and stuff? Like, are these things that you're going to sell eventually? Are you going to pass them down to the younger generations? Are you gonna take them to the grave? I always say, like, there's a lot of options that you could do, but or maybe keep a few.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
First of all, one of my daughters used to take a cons with me, so she's a big Joker Batman fan. So she's already snatching up whatever Batman Joker stuff I got. I grew up with her doing the Pokemon cards and stuff like that, so most likely she'll probably grab that stuff. My other daughter, she just wants to sell everything. She has no idea of what is missing. But again, I got 8 grandkids, and I'm hoping that 1 out of the 8 or 2 or whatever, how many, turns out like me, to be a collector, to appreciate what it is and what to have. And I'm hopefully passing it on to them, unless some financial issues happen, and then I have to sell stuff. I have to sell stuff. You know what I'm saying? But again, I can't take it with me. You know what I'm saying? I can just enjoy it now, but I'm trying to pass it on to my kids so they can understand what I went through and hopefully enjoy it. One of my grandkids, it's like 5 now. He's been to Baltimore Con with me the first time. He's been to the toy shows and he loves it. He goes crazy. So I'm hoping one day he'll take over.
He'll get the bug.
Yeah,
he'll get the comic bug.
And it is what it is.
That's
like
cool.
I said, I collect. If you're gonna ask me what I collect, man, it's almost anything I like. I got VHS tapes, DVDs. I got some action figures, a couple of statues, pops, as you can see, that fell out in that rabbit hole. But behind the pops, what you don't see, Franklin Mint planes that they stopped making.
Wow.
I saw those. My brother, he's a big model train type collector. You know, those big model trains and stuff. So he took me to a show one day in Jersey, and I passed by a table and I saw the planes, and I was like, wow, and I got into that because I loved. I used to make the models, with the glue and the stickers, but they never lasted. But this is die-cast metal, and this is like already made, and I'm talking about authentic, and I just fell in love with it. And I started getting into it, and I started buying, and then they stopped making it, and I'm like, damn. But I had to decide, they made so many, so I had to slim it down. So I decided to pick not jets, but World War II type, propeller type planes, fighters in particular. I didn't go with any of the German ones. There was a lot. So I stuck with certain models, like the Mustangs, the Dauntless, Mosquitoes, Spitfire, Hurricanes.
Nice.
I do have Zeros, Japanese Zeros. They complete that list. They had a list of like all the ones, so that list got completed. Again, I got so many of these type planes here. I got over 100.
Damn, that's awesome. I had no idea, man. That's wild.
When I hit 1,000K on my sub, I actually gave away like 5 or 6 of them.
Oh, that's cool.
That hurt. That really hurt. But whoever got one, lucky people that got one, you know,
Yeah.
they said they loved it. Again,
That's
that's
cool.
something you don't see every day.
Right.
Again, I got baseball cards. I got the Pokemon cards. I have the 1990 Marvel Masterpiece cards with the comic cards that a lot of people didn't collect. Finding out a lot of people do. You know, so it's never ending in this place. So
Very
I
cool.
just, you know, again, what I'm gonna do with it down the line, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that one of my kids turns out to be like me, or
Yeah.
2 or 3, you know. So
Yeah, sure. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I wanted to say a quick hello to Sheena in the chat. What's going on, Sheena? She says, I'm
What's up,
driving
Sheena?
and listening. Much
Yes,
love, everybody. Sheena, thank you. She's the best. Thank you for hanging out with us, and drive safely, please. So one last question before we get into some of the rapid fire questions. And again, thank you all who are hanging out right now. We got 17 people still hanging. Make sure if you're not already following Patrick, to do so. I put his information in the description below. I want to ask you, and of course I always bring this up. Oh, hey, we got a Manny in here. Manny, the Hobgoblin Collector. Thank you for hanging out. He says, "Yes, up everyone. I don't have a big collection, but most of the books are raw. I worry about passing it on because I subjectively, to grading. I'm not a big fan of slabbing either. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, it's definitely, it's something to consider or keep in mind with that. But very cool. Thank you, Manny, for stopping by. So what I wanted to ask you about, for new collectors, new readers, people just getting into this hobby, or getting back into it. Do you have any advice for somebody that might, maybe never even touched a comic book before, or maybe they're just getting interested because of the movies or the shows that are out right now, and they're like, you know what, I want to go to LCS. I want to see what's at a comic shop. I want to go to a Comic-Con, things like that. Is there what's one piece of advice that kind of comes to mind for you, for someone new that's just getting into reading comics?
Do your homework. Do your homework before you spend your money. All right. Take your time. There's no rush. The cons ain't going nowhere. The books ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Take your time, find out what you want, and know how much you're gonna pay for it, and condition wise and everything. Ask a couple of friends if they collect books already, get a little advice here and there. All right, and take your time. Be wise with your money. Don't get carried away, and don't, again, everything's just a TV show and specs and blah 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 blah. Don't get caught up in that. All right. We all say we collect what you like. All right. There's nothing wrong with it. If you like the book and you pay the right price for it, then you won. You're ahead of the game. All right. Don't go and buy 3 or 4 copies. They said, it's gonna go up, blah, blah. If you're not willing to sell, if you want to just, give it away to a friend of yours, if you're picking up a copy for them, that's one thing. But do your homework. Be smart. Take your time. There's no rush, man. Go to cons, enjoy yourself, man. See the cosplay, see how a con is, see what you see the wall, see the dollar book, see the 40% off. Don't go to the straight into a con and go to the straight tables you see, and you're like, damn. And then when you walk through the con later on, you're like, oh, here's the same book, better condition, less price. And then you're like, damn, why didn't you walk around? Take your time, look where everything is, and then hit everything up and see who's going to give you a deal. That's another thing. If you got friends that go with you, sometimes it's great not to go alone, because you can ask their advice. Because that happened to me at Baltimore. Me and Nigel got together. Nigel was some books, and he was trying to make a deal, and he asked my opinion, and I went with him. And they talked to the guy. We discussed it, and I gave my opinion on it, and it's just the way it is. So
it's great.
That's my advice. Take your time, man. Don't fall so fast. Like I said, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. No, it's great advice. Definitely, as you mentioned, like doing your research, 100% agree, especially when you're spending money, when you're putting money into this thing, you don't want to just be blindless or blind, throwing money in different directions. It's very easy to kind of get caught up in that. So I think, doing the research, understanding what you want, seeing the prices, enjoying the experience. I love that too. Like when you're there, be there, like, walk around, talk to people, introduce yourself, look at the boxes, look at the bins. Like, sure, there's lots of walls. There's a cosplay, which I love that you mentioned too. There's so many other aspects, you know, to experience of a con. So I love all of it. I think it's great advice. Definitely staying patient. 100% applies here as well, as you mentioned. It's easy to just be like, gotta have it now, and I'm guilty of it. I know we've all
sometimes it does backfire where you see a book and then when the time you get back, it's already bought. It happens, you know. Yeah, it happens to all of us, even experienced people, you know. But again, you gotta do your homework. You gotta look around.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
One day, if it's not at this con, if it's not this LCS or Comic Crawl or Swap, man, that book will probably come up again.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you, man. Great advice. And I always like asking that question, you know, always like to bring that up just in case, you know, there are new viewers watching or people who might just have gotten into it for the first time. You know, I'm always hoping that we get more and more people to grow this community because, you know, it's a great community.
On the internet, I cannot believe how many of us are out there.
Yeah. I believe it. Yep. Between, you know, YouTube and Instagram, like they're, you know, kind of crossing over the two, like it's definitely been a really awesome. I've even started tweeting more often. I've been over in the Twitter world, and I've even started to see this community over there that's really interesting as well. So, you know, definitely fun to explore, and just continue meeting people.
I can tell you how I got on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How did you get on Instagram?
Well, one of the guys in the Warriors was like, you know, check out the Instagram page. And the first time I did it, I actually got bumped off. I don't know what happened. I lasted like a day, and I had to restart it or redo everything. And then I started in an Instagram, and just started doing an Instagram page. And again, you know, people sell books on there. Again, more information, more of what you're putting out and what they're giving back to you. So again, Internet Highway, man, is just flowing with great people, books. You know, they put this on sale. There's a raffle. There's a con here. I was like, that's the main thing. That's the one thing about love coming back to the Rebirth is the information compared to where I started. Totally different what it is now. More people, more information, and I'm picking up a lot more books that I never did back in the days that I am now.
I love it. It's very cool. Let's jump into some rapid fire. I know you've been you know, you've seen some of these before, but I might have some curveballs for you as well. So we'll see how Patrick does here. Again, thank you all who's hanging out right now, or if you're watching the replay, appreciate you for watching that replay. So we already clarified who your favorite character is. So I'm gonna ask you a different question here. Who is your favorite villain of all time? If you had to pick one villain, who comes to mind?
That is tough. There's so many great ones out there.
So many great ones.
There's so
DC and Marvel.
Ooh, I that's tough, man. You know what? I say Doom. Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom, man. You put that Dr. Doom on any cover, man. It is awesome. You know, it just breaks out the book. Right. You know, it is nuts.
Yeah. And he's a dangerous dude, man. He's a smart man.
Sneaky son of a, you know what?
He's dangerous.
And he's serious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I love it. Love it. I was gonna ask you. Oh yeah. So gotta ask you this one. If you had one superpower, what would that superpower be?
Oh man, that I'm conflicted between two. One, like the Flash running, I love, and then flying. Like Superman, you know.
So either speed or flight, essentially.
Yeah, that's awesome. But
that's
Superman can run and fly, you know. But Flash, man, he can go from time to time. You know,
it's true. It's true. You could just say Superman's powers. You just say that. Covers everything.
Yeah, for running, he can fly. Yeah, super strength, everything. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
X-ray vision. Ooh. That can get you.
There you go. We won't be seeing Patrick.
I can use.
Let me ask you this: who is your? I'm going to say current. I'm going to say in the industry right now. Who is your favorite artist that's out right now? Comic book artists. Who comes to mind to you?
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna say the artist to me that's been killing a lot that I love so much is Delato.
Oh yeah, great pick.
Delato. He's been doing some Spider-Man artwork recently, man. It is killer. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, he's got that dark Spider-Man, creepy looking thing, man.
It looks real too. Like his imagery.
It comes right off the book, man.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Yeah.
It's like realistic.
There's a lot of great artists out there, but
of course. Yeah.
That's recent. But if you're gonna ask me back in the day one, I'm a Kirby fan. I grew up on Kirby.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Jack the King Kirby.
The King. That's right. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I like this one. I'm gonna highlight this here. He's asking artists or car. It's just artists, just any artist. Yeah, just generally speaking. So yeah, great pick there, Pat. What is your favorite superhero? Or no, let me rephrase this. I gotta rephrase this. What's your favorite comic book based film of all time? Could be new, old, anything that has anything to do with a comic book character or series. Favorite film.
Okay. Well, it's kind of corny. They did do a old Captain America film back then. It was real garbage looking, with stuff like that. But if I'm gonna go like major, Amazing Spider-Man.
Nice.
Spider-Man.
Like that, like the first film, the Toby.
I like them all.
Okay, yeah.
Character, but the last one that just came out blew me out of the water.
Oh, I'm with you.
Out of the water. I mean,
100%.
there's a lot of great characters there, but yeah.
No, you're spot on there for sure. I meant to ask you too. So you talked about Captain America earlier. What are your thoughts on those the kind of the trilogy of Captain America? I know Mark Robinson had mentioned it in the chat. But what are your feelings on the MCU Captain America that we've seen over the past couple of years, like the trilogy of all those?
When I saw Captain America's first Avenger movie, I think they nailed it. He played a great Captain America exactly the way I thought it would be. Skinny kid, getting picked that didn't take, took a beating like he did.
I could do this all day.
He was so honest and pure. That's what the doctor saw him, and that's what embraced him more and more. Man, you can't beat it, man. A kid that want to do the right thing and steps up, man, and he hasn't changed, and he became like a leader of the Avengers. I mean, control of it, and he went through a lot, man. He lost everybody he loved back in the days. And he just kept looking forward. And then when I saw that part where he went back in time, man, and went for his sweetheart, man, which was fine, give him credit, but loved it, man.
Cool.
I loved it. First solo Avenger, I think they nailed it right there. That was a great film.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that. Sleepy Reader said favorite film is a tough one. That's true. So many to choose from.
Yeah, so many to choose from.
All right, what about? Now you mentioned a little bit of X-Men, so I got to bring up X-Men here. Who would you prefer if you had to choose one? The original X-Men team or the new X-Men team with Claremont running the show? Which of those two teams?
Claremont X-Men. Yeah.
They
rule. I'm sorry, but when they introduced them, it's like they went to the next level. And then they just took it. They just went with it, man. They went up high. Yeah, man. You can't. That team was awesome, man. They had everything. They had all types of characters on there. Yeah.
I'm with it, man. I'm with
it. On, baby.
Let's see. Always got to ask this question. If you could go back, travel in time to go buy one comic book that you have to keep with you and take to the grave with you, but you could buy it at cover price, traveling back in time, what comic book would you want to buy?
Well, I already got the comic I want to, that was my favorite, which I already have. But now you're talking about, okay, if I go back in time and there was a book that was out of my reach, like money-wise, that is rough. That is rough.
Because you got first Spider-Man, first Cap, first Batman.
Yeah.
Obviously some big ones. It doesn't even have to be those.
I just seen somebody had the book of the first Captain America where he's punching Hitler. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely
1940s.
love that to have it in my collection. Yeah, that would fit perfect with me.
And it would be pristine condition because you're buying it off the shelf. You know what I mean?
Right, man. And I would have more than one copy.
How beautiful would that be? Yeah. You take a couple off the shelf.
I would have been loving that book. Yeah, that would have been more than one copy.
Love it.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
cool.
I said X-Men. Yeah, man. Yeah, very, very cool. All right, let's switch it up here a little bit. Gonna do some this or that. Gotta throw some this or that at you.
Okay.
First thing first, we'll start with some simple ones. Pepsi or Coca-Cola? Don't show me that blue. Come on, man. Come on, man. Got my red right here, bro. What about pizza or cake?
Pizza.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, let's get into the hard ones here. Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane on artwork?
Whoa, damn. Wow, I didn't see that coming. I feel like I'm blindsided.
I told you got some curveballs for you, bro.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane on artwork? Who's better?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Tom McFarlane.
Ooh, okay. All right.
I got Jim Lee stuff, but Tom McFarlane, yeah.
Interesting. I think I'd go Jim Lee, but they're both up there. They're both amazing.
Both up there, Tom McFarlane,
All right. Yeah. All right. What about Dave Cockrum or John Byrne on art?
Damn. Okay, that's tough again. Wow. I'm gonna go with Byrne.
Nice. Yeah. It is tough for me. I mean, I'm like right there with you, but I think I lean Byrne. Let's see. We'll change it up a little bit. What about Batman or Daredevil?
DC versus Marvel. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I like Daredevil, but Batman. Will...
Yeah. And actually, I should just ask you that because I do feel like you are a big. Obviously, you mentioned you collect a lot of stuff. Overall, I mean, I know Captain America is your favorite, but maybe this is different. Are you more of a Marvel or more of a DC guy when it comes to if you had to choose which one was, ultimately your favorite?
Ultimate my favorite. My answer to you, I already know my answer is 50-50. I'm both.
Yeah, it's right down the middle.
Right down the middle. I grew up watching Super Friends and this, that, and everything. Grew up on Batman, Superman, Flash, the Justice League, and Marvel, Fantastic Four, X-Men. Everybody. Avengers. It's 50-50 for me. Big, humongous fan on both.
Nice. Love it.
I know that was a tough question. I could have went either way with Jim Lee, or McFarlane. Yeah, I love them both. I would have said 50-50 with that also. But I have Jim Lee stuff, not too much of McFarlane. Maybe that's the reason why. I know blasphemy. Listen, if I went to if I go to a store and I see two books, one's a Jim Lee, one McFarlane, I'm buying them both.
Yeah. There you go. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate.
I'm buying them both. It's not like I'm like, who should I take this?
Right. Just make it real easy there. Love it. All right, let's switch it up a little. Some non-comic book related stuff before we close out here, and just to get to know you a little bit more. Yeah, let's talk with sports. Let's jump right into sports because I know we've talked sports already in the past, hanging out. I know where you stand with the Mets, but first of all, is baseball your number one sport, and also what other sports are you into, and other teams are you into?
Okay, yes, Mets is number one sport. Yes, I grew up baseball. I lived in Queens. I didn't live too far away from Shea Stadium.
Yeah,
I went to a lot of Met games. Yes, but I do other sports. Hockey fan, Rangers fan. Football, I actually like the Niners. Okay, basketball, like the Knicks.
Nice.
Again, but I won't watch golf. That's not my thing. All right. Once in a blue moon, I'll look at Olympics. I look at all types of sports there.
Yeah.
Again, I watch all types of college basketball, college football.
Nice.
College hockey, whatever stuff like that. I even watch sometimes some bowling matches. Tell you how
nice. They got them. Great. Yeah.
Pool. Guys shooting. It's amazing how they.
I've seen darts too. Some of the darts. Yeah.
Some darts. Yeah. Well,
yep.
I
don't know about the darts.
Sports, I can watch a lot of sports.
Yeah, I love that, man. You're all over. Now you mentioned the Niners. Did I hear that right?
That's right.
Where did this Niners fandom come from as a New Yorker?
My friends here's the funny thing is I grew up with a lot of guys that were not New York fans. I had a friend who was a Bears fan. I got the only other guy that actually is a New York fan was a friend of mine, Johnny. he's a Buffalo Bill fan. He's the only one that plays in New York. Another friend of mine was a Saints fan. Another one was an Eagles fan, Redskins, and I was a Niners. So it's kind of weird when it came down to football. It came down to that, but when it came down to baseball, it was either New York Mets or Yankees. So which is kind of weird. I don't know how that happened, but that it just turned out the way. You root for who you like.
Nick's been breaking my heart for decades, Mark.
Yeah, I know, me too. Listen, I'm a Met fan, with the letdowns and stuff, but again.
Dan, look at this. Mark said, I'm such a Knicks fan that I've never bought a pair of Jordans. Never.
I never bought Jordans.
Wild. Wild.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Blazers, all right.
Yeah. I was just, when you were naming New York teams, and then you're like, and the Niners. I'm like, wait a second. Did he just say the Niners?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm sorry, but I don't like the Giants. And if I had to choose between the Giants and the Jets, I root for the Jets over the Giants.
Wow.
I know, right?
Man, oh man.
But you know what? I like Buffalo too. They're a New York team.
True.
And they don't.
They're exciting too.
They're the only team that actually play in New York.
Right. New York That's true. That's very true. Yeah. They got a good team too. They got a really good team.
Yeah, I was.
Josh Allen, man,
made it to the next round, but they didn't.
I know.
That was heartbreaking.
That was a wild game. Game. Hey, something wrong in the house. What's going on, brother?
Freaking Baltimore, man.
You missed him at Baltimore. I was gonna say that was the one. Yeah, I got to meet him at Baltimore. You'll have to catch up with him next time. Not who I expected. Shout out to you, Wong. Thanks for stopping by, man. Let's see. Anthony's saying Jets, Knicks, both breaking my heart. Yeah. It's been a tough road for those teams. Let's talk a little bit about music. Where do you stand with music? What's your favorite genre? And do you have a favorite artist or band that comes to mind?
Being Hispanic, I listen to Spanish music, salsa and all that stuff, merengue and all that stuff. But again, I grew up, back in the 80s when hip hop came out, man. And all, Rapper's Delight and Run DMC, you name Houdini and all these guys that came out. And it's, you just grew up in it and you got caught up. You see everybody with their boom boxes back in the days playing the hip hop. It was everywhere, bro. And,
that's cool.
I like a little bit of everything. If it's a hit song, I like it. I actually like 50 style music. Big Elvis Presley fan too.
Nice.
I listen to him. Yeah, I listen.
Very nice.
I listen to some of the down south country music also. Again, depends on the song. If it's a song I like, I listen to it. Again, all types of music. It's never in group songs, single songs, and that's how I grew up. I grew up watching Elvis on TV. To me, that was, if you really think about it, those back in the days were music videos. If you really think about it, music, they're on there, they're doing a show, they're doing a skit, and they're doing singing. What do you think a music video was? It's just a short version of it. So Elvis back then started kind of doing it all and stuff like that. So I grew up with stuff like that. John Wayne, a big John Wayne fan too.
Nice. Manny's asking about bachata too, man. I listen again. It's a song. If I like, I'll be playing it. Back in the days, and if you guys don't know, when the Puerto Rican Day Parade comes around, because I'm Boricua, when Puerto Rican, I play my music loud and I put my banners out. I flag up my car and everything. I've been doing it since the first time I ever got a car. That was another thing I've done. And I've been driving around New York with my flags hanging out and stuff like that. So that's me. Love it. Love that, man. That's very cool. Let's see. I'm going to switch it up here a little. So if you could go anywhere on vacation, you and the family, all paid for, no pandemic, safe anywhere you go for a week, somewhere you've never been before, anywhere in the world, where would you want to go on vacation?
Hawaii.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm with you there,
Hawaii.
Man. I'm definitely, that's on my list, man.
Go there. I wanted to go there this year with the wifey. I told her, let's go to Hawaii, let's go on a vacation. You know what she told me?
What's that?
No.
No? Just no?
She wants to remodel the kitchen.
Okay. I mean, I get that too. That'll pay off in the longer run. Remodel the kitchen.
I mean, the whole cabinets, grand countertop,
everything,
the whole shebang. We just redid the floor.
That's cool.
Want to do the whole thing. So I'm like, all right, you want to spend your money on that if it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Hawaii would have been the trip we were supposed to go on, but I was also up for going to England.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I would love to go to England, and again, to go see the sights and stuff, but to hit the LCFs in England. And not only that, I would have brought as much stuff as I could, like slabs, books, and stuff, and hit up with the guys up in England and, trade them off and sell them. So this way, save our shipment. Again, spread the love over to overseas, because they come to the auction and I feel bad that it's so expensive to ship over there. And these guys don't get the same opportunities we get, you know. So if I could, do that, if I was heading over there, and bring some stuff and do raffles. I would, me. I'll do a raffle with the guys that show up, and I'll like, all right, you want, here you go. Put your name on a wheel, I have my tablet, and it's just me. It's
That's cool. Very cool. I saw aggressively relaxing. Good to see you, man. Steve said he wants to go there on his next trip, Hawaii. So I mean, the cool thing about it is, even though, you're talking about redoing your kitchen and stuff like that, at least Hawaii's still there. It'll always be there. You can still plan it down the road.
Yeah, but I don't want to go. I want to.
Well, hey, maybe an opportunity will come up eventually. Out of nowhere. Yeah. Sometimes nice things happen. So, let's see. Give me 3 elements of how you would describe a perfect day for you. 3 elements, 3 things that would have to happen in that day for you to be like, man, this was like a perfect day.
All right. Pocket full of money. The weather being beautiful for me to go, and finding a gold mine where I can buy whatever I'm looking for in great condition.
I love it. That is the dream, man. Just try to come across a nice gold mine.
It looks good, and the books are there with the decent price. Yeah, that's my kind of type.
You'll be there all day. You'll be there all day.
Well, if the books are like I said,
taking them and you're out. Yeah. That's great. See, John had mentioned we're just completing a total remodel of the entire living room, bedroom, kitchen, and bathroom. Man, wow. John, that I can only imagine. Yeah, that's work. I mean, even Patrick, as you're saying, even just the kitchen, man, is
no, that's just the cabinet.
Process.
We did the floors in the kitchen, the living room, the family room, the laundry room, the bathroom. We did the whole downstairs. The whole downstairs got redone. I mean, in the kitchen and the bathroom stuff, that was all tiles. And then we redid the living room because it was all carpeting. We got rid of the carpeting and put some other stuff down. Yeah. So it takes money. And finding out we have water leaks and we're getting repaired. I had a plumber here today.
What did Mark say? He said, just letting you guys know, when you answered me about the cons, my wife started talking for like 20 minutes straight. So I'm going to have to go and watch the replay. It's all good, Mark. Yeah, go check out that part of the replay, man. Pat had some good insight on the cons,
Hope
man.
To see you there. Put it that way. Hope
That's there.
Better be there. Mark it on your calendar, man. March 19th. You better be there. Saturday.
That's funny, man. Let's see. You mentioned, you collect a lot of other stuff. Do you collect cards and stuff? You mentioned Pokemon. I was curious if you were collecting Pokemon with your
cards,
kids.
Marvel 90 like cards, and baseball cards.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, wow. Baseball too. Good. It's a good. I mean, I'm starting to see a lot of those, be talked about and kind of spike nowadays. So, if you got some rookie cards and stuff like that.
But again, back in the days, much simpler. Not too many companies.
Right.
Choices are that company, and that's what I bought.
Nowadays it's crazy.
Only.
Yeah.
That's all I have is Tops only. That was
Topps,
like the one thing back then. And I stopped collecting them, but I still have, but they're in the 80s.
Yeah. That's cool. I don't know if one, are you a coffee person? And 2, if you are a coffee person, how do you like your coffee?
Don't drink coffee.
No. Okay.
Don't drink coffee. Soda guy, water guy, juice guy.
Nice. I dig it. All right. One last question for you, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And of course, I gotta kind of wrap this up on a food note, because I love I torture myself every time I do it because I'm always hungry. But where do you stand with if it was just a Friday night, you and the wife, you can go out anywhere to eat, your choice, whether it's going out to eat or ordering in or cooking at home. What's your go-to meal on a Friday night for dinner?
If I'm going out, it's to me
any choice.
I'm a steak guy.
Okay, yeah.
But again, if it's my choice. If it's my wife's choice, then we go for what she wants. So, I'm not gonna force
That's
her to
fair.
go eat mine. Yes, if she
That's
wants,
fair.
if she wants to eat, then I'll go there because I eat whatever she eats anyway. So it doesn't matter.
How do you like your steak?
Well done.
Oh, whoa, okay, interesting.
Well done.
I always like mine bleeding still.
No,
I like mine
don't like it. Don't like
live
it.
and kicking.
Don't like it, bro. I mean, it could be a little, little red,
little pink, or little, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a little pink. That's fine. Not
sure,
overcooked, but that's fine with me.
Gotcha.
And I believe I go to Texas Roadhouse, and they got like a 16-ounce steak. Yeah, that's what I usually get, 16-ounce or 24. Yeah, I got the big boy. Pernilla con habichuela. Yeah, that's the main. I get that here all the time, bro.
I was just gonna ask what that is.
Yeah, that's pork or rice and beans.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. Steve says medium rare. Yeah, I usually get medium rare if I'm out, just to kind of keep it on the safe side. But if I'm at a nice restaurant, I'll go rare. If I'm at somewhere I know I can really trust the place, then I'll go rare.
Again, I'm well done, but to a pink. So it's not well done. It's like I'm between the medium rare and the well done. Like just
that's fair. Like a medium, really. Yeah. That's fair.
That's basically what it comes down to.
I like it. Yeah, Magic Lasso says he likes his coffee in someone else's cup. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Let's see. Here. So this is the other thing. Mark said he lives in South Carolina now, so I won't be making anytime soon up north. Okay.
Right, so he lives in South Carolina. So Mark, Heroes Con, I believe in either June or July. Man, that's in North Carolina. That's here's the nice con. It's not very expensive. Okay, the hotel rooms are cheap, and I hear it's very, very nice. So check that out. You got time to check it out. So
and if you can drive up to Baltimore, we'll be there. We'll be at Baltimore Comic Con.
Well, I'm not
a little bigger, but you're not. But I'll be.
Heroes Con's a little closer for him in South Carolina.
True, that's true. All right, man. Hey, these are the questions I had for you, Patrick. So before everybody leaves, again, I want to thank everybody for hanging. I want to pass it to you, Patrick. Let the people know where can they find you and what you have coming up on your channel.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be either tonight or tomorrow. I'm trying to get with Anthony CRG that's in the chat with Arsenio. I just received a 19 book signed order from MegaCon, the unboxing. So it's gonna be fun to find out what grades, signatures that I picked up. I don't know if it's gonna be today or tomorrow. Again, stay tuned because I'm a collector first. I always like to say this. I'm a collector first, even though I do auctions. I don't know when my next auction is because my slab books, when I get back, are coming back so slow. I might have to dig out some books here, which if I find some time. And just keep checking, my channel, man. Sub me up if you haven't. Again, I do have a free giveaway video for right now. If any of you guys are a Pop fan or G.I. Joe fan, go to the video, just follow the rules, and enter to win the Beachhead one. Spotty Pop tumblers, which I'm helping out constant. Once we get them to 350 subs, there'll be some giveaways also on that. Definitely come down. And whoever's going to King Con, man, I'm doing 3 giveaways there also. Lego Batman thing. So Justin, you're going down to the table.
Whoa, you say Legos?
Yeah, Lego Batman 1966 Batmobile, man. You haven't watched go check my Instagram page.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh,
guys,
man.
don't hesitate at King Kong because once I get enough names, I'm just gonna start calling names, right off the bat.
That's cool.
Come to the table, put your name and phone number, go shopping, do what you got to do when I call. And if you do hit, I will call your number and you come and pick up the item. I
just dropped your link there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Again, I do CGC unboxings, videos. I do some boxing for my man, Master Press Erod. What books he pressed for me, and then I tell what grades I think it is or what I paid for, and then when they come back, we do the unboxings and see if they came back higher, lower, play the guessing game of what grade. Again, I do a lot of categories. I also do categories that are not about comics. When I pick some other stuff out, like pops and stuff, I just did a video not that long ago about that.
Nice.
And that's it, man. Appreciate Justin and everybody, man. And I see my man Biggs, man. He did a.
I was gonna say, I just saw the super chat, man.
Yeah, let's hit him up.
Biggs, appreciate you, brother. I really do, man. He says just got back. We'll definitely start the beginning of the rewind, man. I really, really appreciate the super chat, $5 super chat. Yeah, let me get another video going here. Let me square this up. Let's see, something I haven't played in a little bit. Here we go. Here, I always like this one too.
I was wondering if maybe you had a little time to talk about a comic book with me.
Babe, I'm so stressed today. I have so much work to do. Can we talk about this another time?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I get it. I will. I'll call one of my friends and see if they're available to talk about Batman. Thanks. Hey, what's up, Mom? Yeah, it's me.
When in doubt, got to go to the mom.
Just to let
Thank
you know,
you, Biggie.
also, I am. Thanks to Biggs and the rest of the guys, I am an official member of the New York Warriors.
Yes.
So
we've had Joker on here. I had Big scheduled, and we had to change some things. So Big, you got to reach back out, man, and we got to plan some things. Have you on the show here. But I appreciate you and thank you for the super chat there. Yeah, man. Patrick, this has been awesome, man. I really appreciate everything that you do in the community. You support everybody. You certainly are a part of the glue that kind of keeps everybody together. You're always in other people's chats. You're always shouting people out. Something that I really do appreciate about you. And I'm glad that I had the pleasure to hang out with you, in Baltimore Comic-Con. And I know this year I'm definitely running into you again. A couple other shows here coming up in these next couple of months. So Terrificon's going to be awesome. Cannot wait for that. King Con's going to be awesome. Can't wait for that too.
Well, I'm excited for me because this is my first time at Terrificon. So I'm going to be blown away, going everywhere. And
get ready.
First time. So I don't know where nothing is. So I'm excited, man. It's just going to be crazy.
Yeah, man. Get ready to have some late nights. That's all I'm saying. Me and Roger from 3 Men in the Basement, we stay up till 3 a.m. throwing craps, throwing dice, all the wild stuff.
I don't know if the cat can stay up that late, man.
We'll get it going. But so this was a pleasure, man. I really appreciate you being here. Obviously it was not the first time. It's definitely not going to be the last. We'll have to, get you back here on the show at some point. Maybe talk some comics, read some comics. Maybe if I read that Deceased, we talk about it later or something. But thank you for all that you do. Again, shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Yeah, I agree. Michael Terrificon is the best for sure. He's going to be there. He was there last year as well. For sure. So, and everybody, again, thank you for the super chats, Biggie, Sleepy Reader, Damien. Thank you so much. Amazing. Really appreciate you all. And everybody watching the replay right now. Thank you as well. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're subbed up to Patrick here. Information in the description. And I'm going to be live again in 30 minutes. So maybe I'll see you back here in a little bit. But otherwise, enjoy your weekend.